woke up in her bed to the moonlight.
It's kind of a weird...
This is so formal.
I know. Let's just sit and talk. The title of this video is I'm Being Haunted Part 2, except with a twist. My cousin Zoe is actually the one that was haunted here. I mentioned her in my other video. I had a couple of stories that she was a witness for, but now she's gonna tell some of her own stories about being haunted here in this house. It's basically her video. She can have the channel. We were supposed to have a fire for the ambience of it all, but it won't start, so this is all you get.
No ambiance.
Anyways, start the video.
I have like notes and everything, so
She's real professional.
I'm prepared.
It took me like a year to start making notes, so.
Before the house burned down, I remember like that house just in general was just like a little spooky.
Oh, it was.
Just like
for sure. It was creepier because it wasn't even like modern.
Yeah.
So it was so old and just terrifying.
It was built in the 70s.
I think
right?
so.
I guess that 70s isn't that old, but it burned down in 2012.
That's true.
So 40. I can do math.
She's in school for coding.
And yet I can barely do basic addition.
Yeah.
So, back in the day,
I remember there was that like boiler room.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot that existed. That thing was creepy.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And we always heard like voices. After we went to Disneyland, we could have sworn we heard the Hollywood Tower of Terror, like the elevator going down.
But no,
Which maybe
really,
that
I
wasn't
remember
real,
the
but-
voices. You know, the Hollywood Tower of Terror thing was definitely fake. I mean, we did a lot of fake things. Like, we pretended that we were getting possessed by demons on a regular basis. I don't know how we had friends, but...
That's fair.
I do remember the voices, though. I totally forgot that happened.
We would hear like whispers and like, you never know, like maybe pipes or something went down there, so we were hearing people from other places, but I don't know. It was creepy. And then also the living room that was... the living room. I don't know why I have to clarify what living room.
We had like 7 living rooms.
I remember always being, at the time, the kitchen had like an archway, and it was like, you like could look through to a portion of the living room. And that, whenever we were in the kitchen like playing games or doing stuff with family, I remember like looking there and I'd see like moving shadows.
Weird.
And like I would see, like there was one time that I could have sworn I saw like a person figure like moving towards me, and then it disappeared.
Oh wait, how old are you? Do you remember?
I think I was like probably 8 or 9. I was pretty young.
That's creepy.
The living room just freaked me out in general, because there was also that chair with like the wolves on the sides.
Oh my gosh.
And I was convinced that those wolves would like come alive and eat me or something.
Mm-hmm.
We had quite the imagination.
We really did. But we also had the house to have the imagination.
Yeah.
In, so.
Yeah, especially when I found out someone died there. I was like,
yeah.
And then this
She
was one that
probably
I
cursed me.
don't remember if I told you, but it was, what?
She probably cursed me.
Anyway, I mean, maybe so. This was one that I know that you weren't there, but I don't know if I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Was that this was when I was 7, and it's like stuck with me forever. Is that I went to the bathroom one night to like go brush my teeth, and I had the toothpaste sitting on the counter. I like reached to get a towel like all the way up here, and all of a sudden the toothpaste just like started shaking like crazy.
What?
And then it stopped, and it was really scary. And I was convinced it was because you were always trying to get me to do Bloody Mary in that bathroom.
and I was like,
She's here.
Oh gosh. Like, yeah, it's easy to imagine sounds and stuff, but shaking thing of toothpaste is a little bit hard to imagine unless you got something else going on that you should probably address.
I don't really convince myself of stuff like this just anywhere. Like, it really only used to happen in the old house, and then now in this one.
Yeah.
Is that, like, I don't have moments like that in my house, so I don't think that I, like, am imagining stuff, or else I would imagine it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. We don't ever see or hear things that crazy in other places except for this place.
Yeah.
Even though it burned down, it's still the same location, so.
This is where Poppy cut his finger off.
And then my dad almost cut his finger off in the other garage.
Cool.
Yep. We really had a bonding moment together.
So that was like the stuff that you hadn't mentioned that I remembered just from like as a kid. And just I feel like also living here for like a year.
Yeah.
I always just like saw creepy things. but nothing that I like concretely remember, like that stuff. Moving on to when we were like teenagers. So the shed that's out there, it wasn't finished, and so it was just like all walls and no roof or anything, and it always freaked me out because it kind of looked like the Slender Man house.
Oh my
If
gosh,
you
I
remember,
totally
like-
forgot about that. Yes, it did. That was terrifying.
Yeah, and there were like nails poking up all the
Yeah.
time, and we would hear sounds from like that area.
Uh-huh. Dang.
So I have one that isn't technically from here. Is that allowed?
Yes, that is allowed. If you have a permit.
I don't have a permit.
Then you're screwed. Sayonara, brother.
Just kidding.
That was a joke. I thought you were really leaving.
No.
Damn.
Disrespect.
I'm kidding.
St. George. Do you
Okay.
remember when we stayed there for fall break one time and you had forgotten your phone and so you went up to get it?
Oh my gosh.
I'll let you like tell, because it was like I wasn't actually there. I just remembered you telling me this story.
Oh yeah,
And you
because I
freaked
left it
out.
up there. We had packed everything else,
Uh-huh.
and I heard like organ music, and I freaked out. And then I went and got my grandma because I was scared, and she heard the organ music playing too. So we went to go like check it out, and there was not a room on the other side of our room where the music was playing from. There was just an elevator, but there was no music playing in the elevator.
Spooky.
If you choose to go to
Marriott?
I think it was Marriott in St. George at a certain location that I'm not aware of, then just be warned it might be haunted.
Beware.
Sorry for that limited amount of information, but that's about all I can give you. So
For the record, no one in our family really believes in like anything scary.
yeah, like
that.
supernatural. Nobody believes.
Like Grammy
in...
doesn't believe in it. My mom doesn't. My sister. I found out my sister doesn't. And then you kind of mentioned like the bath, how it was like full of stuff. So
There
that happened
was-
to me too. It happened twice.
The hair and the dirt in the bathtub.
I didn't see hair, but there was like dirt, and it happened twice. And the first time that it happened, it was when we were sharing a room.
Yeah.
And so I thought that you like did something to the bath. So I like saw. I woke up. I was like kind of groggy, but I looked in, and there
I
was like
totally
dirt everywhere.
remember that.
And I went to go get you, and when we came back, it was gone. Pretty sketch.
That's freaky.
And then it happened another time later, and I just washed it down because I was like, I'm not messing with it.
Was I gone?
Yeah.
Dude, it's happened a couple times to me in this bathroom too.
Hate that.
I know.
I
Do you
think what freaks
remember
me
though?
out
Like
the
I
most is,
showed
like-
it to you and
Yeah.
Emily and your friends because you guys didn't believe me, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Come look right now," and you guys were like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, I didn't like the black hair. That's what
Uh-huh.
freaked me out more than anything.
Yeah.
Also, what freaked me out is that it disappeared, because I feel like if we just kept finding dirt in tubs and
Yeah.
that might be like a plumbing issue, we should probably call somebody. But the fact that it disappeared and that there was black
Yeah.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
So now moving on to like stuff that happened post-graduation. So this
Okay.
was all after I had turned 18. Mm-hmm. I was an adult.
We're the same
I've
age, by
got
the
a
way. We're only 2
logical-
minutes. We're only 2 minutes apart.
Like we're twins.
Yeah, no. We're 2 months apart.
At this point, I'm like a logical, reasonable person.
Okay.
These
Got
things
the
were still
story
happening.
set in my mind.
These are like probably my scariest stories. My friends and I were hanging out in the movie room. That's where we feel like we find like the most like creepy things that happen. So we were hanging out and we like took a selfie, and it looked like there was a face in it, but we were like, you know what? It's like too late to be freaking ourselves out about this. So
Yeah.
I saved it. It was in Snapchat. I saved it to my memories. I put it away. I was like,
I'm not about to like investigate paranormal activity up in here.
put it away. I woke up the next morning and I went to go look at the picture, and it had vanished. And I know for a fact I had saved it, but it was like gone. So that was really creepy. But the scariest one was a video that we took. It was around Thanksgiving. I think it was Black Friday. It was when like everyone slept over. And I got this video of Emily being like, "Hi, I'm Emily and you're watching Disney Channel." And she like snaps her belt. I was like, this could go viral on Twitter. Like, this is so funny. So I saved it to my phone, and every single time, so on Snapchat it'll be normal, but if I save it to my phone, it's like all dark, like you can barely even see her. It's like completely black. And so I was like, what the heck, what happened to it? So I managed to get it. I think I like got it from her. I think I had to like send it to her and she had to airdrop it to me. It was some kind of like technology workaround to get me the video that wasn't all dark. And I tweeted the video, and the tweet physically wouldn't go through. I tried it like a bunch of times and it still wouldn't go through.
It's like every once in a while the ghosts get caught and then they don't want anybody knowing.
That's like the height. That's like the climax. So sorry if that was a little bit disappointing to like.
Nah, it wasn't. You said a lot of good things.
But the other thing that creeped me out, which honestly could have just been a creepy guy, but also might be a ghost. You never know. It was when I was staying in the room down there. That used to be your room as well.
Yeah.
My friends and I were hanging out and we heard like a knock on the door, and so I went to open it and there was like this really tall guy and he was like standing outside the door, and he kind of looked like he was trying to sell something. He was like wearing kind of a weird, it was like all white or something. What? It was so creepy. I don't even remember what he said because it made like no sense. He was like, "Is someone home?" And I was like, "Yeah, my mom's home." She wasn't, but that's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, my mom's home, but she is busy right now." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "But this isn't the front door, so you should go to the front door next time." He just kind of like hung around there, and then I was like, "Can I help you with anything else?" And he just like turned around and started wandering away.
What the?
It was really strange. And then the very last thing that I have to add is that it was like mostly a question, but did you ever, when you were like full-time living at the apartment, haunting stuff there?
I was terrified of the like dining room. I just always thought that I saw some creepy shadow.
Did you ever have anything with like the boiler room that's there, like the sliding door? I'm just curious because my cat hates it there, and she's
Really?
always like meowing at nothing, and especially that like door in the dining room, she'll always try and scratch and get under it, or she'll just stare at it for like a long time.
That reminds me, I forgot because it's been a while, but my dog, he would just stare at this one corner
Yeah.
for forever. He literally would just sit there for like half an hour just staring at a corner. And he would like bark at nothing too.
Yeah. And Cleo was like that here too, but she was not like that at our old house.
What it could be is that
The apartments.
is built where like a war zone thing was before.
Well, I know that there's been like murders on the property as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of all my notes. I can't think of
Alright.
anything else. In general, the presence here is spooky.
It's not the vibe.
Not the vibe. It's like, I mean, obviously it's like a nice house, but it's scary.
Oh, it's terrifying. I had a couple other things that I remembered, but I totally forgot them. I took notes for all of my other videos, but I was like, oh, it's just like 2 things I'll remember. But I forgot that I'm an idiot and forget everything that ever enters my brain, so. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this haunting video. Is there anything else you want to say or add? This is the end of the video. Right here. Comment if you would like to see other videos like this, if you would like to see Zoe on my channel more. And hit the like button, please. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's real freaking easy. Hit the bell, all that good stuff. And have a great night. All right. Peace out.
Wait, well...